I'm super hyped about today's opening. Burst Protocol is a brand new set that's coming out in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the TCG, and it offers a lot of meta shifts. You know, there's new staples in there, there's brand new themes with the elf notes, and also enhancements to other themes, which includes, you know, the new branded stuff with the Fall in the White and the Ecclesia and what's it called, Albash Dragon or something like that. Hopefully we pull that, which will, you know, get to that point when we get to that point. But overall, I'm just excited about this opening. So again, much love to Konami for the sponsorship. Let's get right into it. Let's pull ourselves a Forbidden Crown, because Forbidden Crown is one of those cards where it popped up a couple months ago when they were, you know, teasing the next release, and it was definitely one where I'm like, I need at least 2, maybe 3 copies of this card in every single deck. All right, so if you've done openings for Burst Protocol, let me know what you're looking for, what you're most hyped for the most in the set, and I guess leave a like in the comments. So first and foremost, why I say it like that, foremost. Let's get right into it. I feel like I haven't opened Yu-Gi-Oh! In a while, and I'm super excited about this. Okay, so this is my first time seeing a lot of these cards as well, so we can react as we go. So we got, let's just get right into the first one. You know what, how about we just pull a Starlight right now? Bam. Tries Boral Dragon. So there's Boral Dragon support in this set as well. And I know a lot of people love their Dragon Link. I'm assuming that you can just do a lot of the Dragon Link stuff that we saw before just without Savage Dragon, but I don't think you even need that anymore. Everything else is available. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Elf Note to Plead for Help. This is actually, I do want to try out the Elf Note archetype. This is, my wife will love this. Elf Note is a brand new set that features elves. And while I wasn't super interested in that set at first, it turns out you can actually play it with White Force, which is my go-to deck. And a lot of people are saying that it works really, really well. So I do want to get all the Elf Note cards so I can try that out and build a White Force variant of that at some point as well. All right, we got Dual Evolution, First Armed Dragon. That art is sick. Boss on Parade. Oop, I skipped one. And we got Magnets. Magnets are also back. I actually saw Magnets top at some event recently on social media. I forgot what kind of event it was. It might have been a region. Yeah, I think it was a regional. So the fact that Magnets are also back is crazy. I'll be honest, I don't know what they fully do yet. If you do play Magnets, let me know down below. I do need one of these as well. So I need one of the continuous spell and one trap card for what I was told. Ooh, this looks sick too. Look at that art. Super HD. All right, our first Ultra. It actually was our first Ultra. Royal Archfiend. This is actually one that Seriax is interested in playing. I think he played that at, I like that art. I think he played Archfiend at his regionals last weekend. The funny thing about playing anything that's new is, you know, in Yu-Gi-Oh! People tend to play, you know, they tend to gravitate to like the same like 4 or 5 decks that are available at any time. So as soon as you show up to an event with something different, it's like, what does this card do? It's like you're not ready for it. And honestly, it's a nice way to top with something or potentially win with something that people are not prepared for at all. Boral Reboot as our next super. Big Viper, Duke Archfiend. I don't know what everything does. I'm gonna put this aside in case I need it. But I'm pretty sure I'm only supposed to play Rhapsody and then Plead for Help. The Elf Notes are interesting cards because they require you to special summon for free, essentially, but in the main monster zone. And then you can use those to like swap places as well, and then summon the other one. So it's kind of like similar to how. Oh, that's what I thought I saw. I was like, did I just see it? Fall into the White Dragon. So this is the brand new Branded support card. Is insane. Branded, I feel like, is one of those decks that I was a big fan of. I still am, and I love how it plays. The only thing I never liked about Branded was how Sanctifier was used. It's like, you don't need to use Sanctifier to lock your opponent out of summons. You can literally use any other ways to win. Because the deck can do a lot, but people just tend to do what, you know, what works. It's like, why overthink when I can just summon this one card in my opponent's field and end it? Well, they got rid of some of those cards, some of those floods. Now we have stuff like this that actually, and on top of that, Fallen Virtuous, Branded is an insane deck now. Not that it wasn't insane before. Oh, we're skipping again. We skipped an Assault Lich. We have Conduction Warrior, Linear Magnum plus minus. That is a mouthful. Okay, Plant. Okay, we got some Primite. Actually, you can use this with Genesis as well. The Primite card you can play. And 25/25 means you can play literally all the Regenesis cards as well. Regenesis is one of those themes I'm a big fan of because, like, I think it's cool, but the issue is like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays is a lot faster, and Regenesis, like, if you don't open up with the 25/25 monsters, you don't really get to do much. Although, it's not as unplayable as compared to some decks out there. It can do a lot. It can pop off. And if you don't pay attention, next thing you know, your opponent has a board that you cannot break. You gotta have the right hand. Also, the GMX cards is a brand new TCG exclusive, I believe, but I have not read what they all do, so I can't speak on that yet. Exo Sister Betrayal. This is actually a card that makes Exo Sisters insane. And we have the look at the brand new I think it is Carmel, which actually makes Exo Sisters very playable as well. I'm gonna put that to the side. Exo Sisters is a deck that I was always interested in learning, just because like I like how well everything synergizes. On top of that, it plays a bit more differently by just, you know, number one, you can play Dimension Shifter, which is an insane card, and two, it plays by banishing and then reacting around when something moves out of the graveyard, which a lot of decks do. And once it gets going, it's very hard to stop that deck. All right, let's pull a Starlight. Oh, Nightmare Hands. What does this do? This is a illusion card. Summon illusion monster from deck to hand, deck to the graveyard. During your main phase, if you control one level 5 illusion monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon to your field, but banish it during the end phase. I wish I could use this for Diabells. Diabells is a card I absolutely love running in White Forest, just because I think it counters a lot. And what Diabells does is it requires you to set your cards first before you can play them. So if you end up having to set your quick plays, you can't flip them in the same turn. So it's a nice way to stop stuff like Forbidden Droplet, Forbidden Crown, actually, even. It can pop off against Super Polymerization. It's like whenever you build a deck, you want to kind of look at every possible weakness that the deck has and try to like have every hole filled just in case. And for me, for White Forest, I definitely have Diabells in my... Oh, I thought I saw a super shiny card. I have Diabells in my side deck for now. It's very summable all the time. But if my 5th card ends up being, you know, not an engine I can play with, it's not the best situation. So if I end up... Because in White Forest, if I break but I have one card that's playable, as long as that card doesn't get stopped, I can do a lot with it. And even if it does stop, there's other cards that I can extend with. But like if that 5th card ends up being Diabells, which I can't summon unless I have a simple spells in the graveyard, then it's like, you know, what do I do? Radiant Typhoon, that's what it was. Radiant Typhoon is a deck that's slowly creeping up and becoming very powerful. And ooh, Art Mage Non-Finito. This is another card that's actually very good for Art Mage. Basically you gotta have every hole filled just in case you know, your deck is stopped. Like no deck can be invincible. I just say it that way. Every deck needs some kind of weakness. And right now the biggest weakness for White Forest is Droll. But it's like, if you don't open Droll, there's a good chance you're not going to break a White Forest field. And of course, the other weakness is going second. But for that, I have a lot of going second options that offer a lot of flexibility of, you know, not have to worry about how do I break my opponent's board. Dark World of No More is a card that I feel like is very underrated right now, because it doesn't. I already have one of those. Dark World of No More, you know, will negate the entire monster field. You can't do damage. You can't kill. But the thing is like with White Forest, if you can stop your opponent's field from stopping your place, and then you build a full board, they're not stopping that board next turn. That's why I feel like it's a lot more underrated. But also you have cards that can stop that. So if you do like a Mitsurugi spell, and I think it's called Purification, you flip that, and you stop Dark World No More, and they still get their full board. Because like Dark World No More only stops your monster effects, not the back row if they have. And not every deck tends to have that. But yeah. Next, we got... Oh, there she is. Exo Sister Carmel. So this is the card I was talking about. This actually ends up making Exo Sister so much better. And one of these days, I might explore that deck. Like, I'm one of those people that hyperfixates on one theme, and that's what I play for like 3 years straight. And then I will slightly change it. You know, like originally, like Diabellstar is like one of my favorite cards of all time, which is crazy because that card came out in 2023. And 2026, 3 years later, I'm still playing everything Diabellstar related. You know, I started with Snake Eye first, which ended up being a very good deck at the time. And then once I got off of Snake Eye, I switched over to White Forest. Nightwing Cleric. What does this do? It's the first time I'm seeing this. Oh, allow me to read. If this card is special summoned, which is good, you can step by. Oh, it's an assault mode card. Next. Immediately go next. If a synchro card says if this is a special summon, that's always good because there's ways to cheat those cards out. And don't require like necessarily synchro summons to activate the cards. All right, my biggest goal in this opening is going to be ooh, I need this Elf Node Power Pages. I need one of these, I think. My biggest goal is going to pull number one, Secret Rare at least, Forbidden Crowns. But the big goal is going to get a Starlight version. That card just looks so pretty in Starlight. I'm one of those people that I'm like a whale, bro. I need my deck to be shiny. Jade Dragon Mech. This is for... let's read it. I was looking to see if it was like an archetype specific. If this card is special summon, you can send one machine tuner from deck to your graveyard. If you control a monster's current level is different from its original level, you can special summon instead. Okay, so it's nothing I can really do with my playstyle. Next deck, by the way, or next set, is the Maze of Muertos, which features a lot of zombie love. So the people who grew up with dual monsters, you know, Bones finally getting some support. And there's a lot of good stuff in that, especially also Dark Magician of Destruction, which just came out in Master Duel, is also going to be available for the first time in a TCG in that set. In case you don't know how that card works, essentially you activate a spell card that turn. You have a spellcaster level 6 or higher in the field. You can summon it for free from your extra deck and then search any Dark Magician card from your deck to your hand. If they don't stop that, it turns into a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon on the first turn. Ooh, Topologic Blaster Dragon. This is another good one. You can set summon monsters from the extra monster zone this card points to. If another monster is special summoned to a zone, the link monster points to what this card is in the extra monster zone, it applies effects. So you can shuffle all the monsters, shuffle all spells and traps, look at you want in the extra deck, and banish it. So essentially, if you have it, they only have 2 spaces to work with, and if they don't play around it correctly, they're going to lose their board. All right, go into the next one. I don't know what every card does, but I know all the main ones do. Because again, this is one of those sets that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players were waiting for a while, just because like it offers so much good stuff, good options. Oh, we got another GMX card. All I know is that there's like a crazy dinosaur card. This is a dinosaur card. I like the art. There's a crazy dinosaur card inside this, but I don't know if GMX is like ready to do anything crazy just yet. A lot of times, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh specifically, new cards will come out that will prepare for like a new theme, and then it won't be until like the next set where they release something like insane, where it's like, whoa, this deck is nuts now. I always felt like that around Art Mage. I think Art Mage is a fantastic deck, and then when you combine Art Mage with like K9, it's like, wow, you can do so much now. On top of that, we just got the brand new Art Mage Finito card too, which also does something insane. So, but the thing is, like when Art Mage first came out, a lot of people looked past it solely because it came out at a weird time where K9 just came out. You had what was it? K9, Yummy. There's one more archetype I'm not thinking of right now. Another one that basically added to all the meta shakeup. So a lot of people were like, Art Mage, let me look past that. But now it's like people are looking back at Art Mage and like, you know what? I slept on this archetype. This can do a lot. All right, let's see. Let's keep going. See what we got next. We got the Mercurium, which is actually a really good card as well. Let me read that. So, if this card is XE summoned, you can attach one monster from your deck to your card as material. So you can basically use it to search anything, essentially, because you attach it and then you grab it from the graveyard. You can use the effect once per turn. While this card has material, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters in their graveyard, the same attributes as monsters in your graveyard. Once per turn during end phase, detach one material from this card to take 3,000 damage. So basically, it shuts off their graveyard. Actually, this is a lot better than I remember. I need to put down some decks. It is level 10, so it requires you to play Eon, Syriax, always sees it as like Egyptian god support. It requires you to play level 10, so then you can do a lot of stuff with it. Exo Sister Betrayal, which we saw earlier. We got 2 of those now. With it being new, I don't know how much you would need of those, if it's 1 or 2. I would assume it's probably a card you run at 2. Our last pack before we go into the final box. Here we got. Whoop, we got a Rex. Oh, we got for hires. Is this a new for hire or is this an old one? A reprint. I want to say it's new for hire card because they added a lot of again, they added a lot in Burst Protocol. This is one of those sets where you're like, wow, where do I even begin? I see a Shine. I don't think I saw a Shine. We got Prize Boral Dragon. Okay, I'm just kind of go through these from here on out, just because we already seen what they all look like and do for the most part. We're going for like the big hits right now, anyways. Got Mercurium. Okay, for our first of 4 Ultras is here. I think I like doing this in card openings because like, you can see the first box a bit slower, and then we just get right to the hits. And also, if we see a shine, it'd be great. Elf No Fortuna, I think I need one of these. If I recall correctly, I want to run 3 of the red and 3 blue. Or was it 3 yellow? I think it might be 3 yellow. And we got the GMX card. Another, Rescue Ace, or Arbitrator. So Rescue Ace got a new update in here as well. I don't think it's quite ready yet. I think Rescue Ace is one of those decks that if Original Simple Spulls came back, for example, you can do a lot with it. For right now, it's not as insane. It needs that extra level 1 summon through power of the Bellstar. So hoping that card comes back one day, because I feel like, you know, it can come back. But I'm also biased because, you know, like I said, I like the Snake Eye and the Bellstar archetype. All right, we got Boral Reboot. Next super. We got 1 Seeker already, and we got 1 Ultra. We got 3 and 2 left. Shine. Oh, here we go. Elf Knight, Seraphim Strelitzia. Look at that art, by the way. That art looks nuts. I'm a big sucker for art. Like, if a card looks cool, or if the art is insane, one of the reasons why I love, you know, the White Force arts, because they're like drawn in like fairy tale style, which I think is super sick. If the art is insane, it makes you want to play it. All right, next is we got BES stuff, which I believe was also ACG exclusive, but I don't know what they all do yet. Can't even pretend that I know. Next is Dark Lord Jehuti. Big shout out to Zone of Enders. If y'all remember Zone of Enders, that was a game from back in the day, in the PS2 era. So we got Conduction Warrior Plasma Magnum. Then on to the second half. Let's get that Starlight. Or Forbidden Crown. We got Highness Archfiend as a super. Again, we're still due 1 secret and then 2 more ultras. Welcome home. What does this one do? The monster in the center main monster zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon Elf Node monster with a different original attribute from your deck in defense position. This is good, because again, the idea is you activate 1 Elf Node by summoning for free. You activate the effect, and then you can use this to get rid of it, to special summon another one from the deck, and then if you have another one in your hand, you can just summon in the main monster zone center as well. Because the way the theme works is you want to go for, you want to have that central zone free to summon the next card. I think they're all fighting for like the main stage, I guess. And we got another BES card. Again, I might be ignorant. I don't know what the BES cards do, so I can't really speak on it. We're in the second half now. Royal Archfiend again. All right, we got 1 more Ultra and then 1 more Secret left. Let's go Forbidden Crown. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to read that one again. A lot of words. A lot of words. All right. Then Rex Ride for Hire. I feel like Rex was already out, but I'm kind of scarred with For Hires because it was a very, very powerful deck in Duel Links at a time when I used to play heavily. And Fall on a White Dragon. Okay, that's a good secret to get. One of the main cards you want. I think you want 3. You definitely want 3 copies of that, and you want 1 copy of the Synchro. Ecclesia, the something dragon. I already forgot the name. All right. We got 1 more Ultra left. You can also still get a Starlight, which could be anything, I believe. Zaylan the Shackled Dragon. What does this do? Hold on, this looks cool. Let's read it. First of all, the art is immaculate. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, I know what this is. This is the new negate. If this card you control be synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner, so it's a tuner by default. When a card effect is activated in response to another card or effect, you can activate one of these effects. Negate the first effect if you do destroy that card. Negate the second effect if you do destroy a card. This is actually insane. I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side. This is a cool card. Wait a minute. And he's also got some, it's also water. Kind of useful. Exo Sister Caramel for our final ultra rare. It's this. I'm telling you, it's a sign. It's like the universe is saying, hey, go ahead and pick up those Exo Sister cores, bro. You're gonna tap in at some point and play that theme. Illusion, the Magna Warrior. Oh, I said it like Joey. Magna Warrior. All right, the last 2 packs. Go slow because we can still get a Starlight technically. We got Exo Sister Betrayal once again. It's at this point, you know, when a universe says to do something, you gotta do something. Right. Finally, final card. We got Junk Warrior Assault Mode. All right. Let me know your thoughts about Burst Protocol, what you're going for, and I guess stay tuned for more. But as always, thank you guys for watching. See you in the comment section below.